Jagex just announced roadmap for 2025 Oldschool Runescape, and there are some amazing updates waiting for us ahead. Today I want to go over all those future updates, and we're starting off with my personal favorite. Varlamore Part 3 is bringing us a brand new endless rage boss called the Doom. The entire point of this fight is leaving with your loot after you take it down, or you can fight an even harder version of the monster in hopes of getting more loot. You can repeat this process as many times as you like, but the boss will become increasingly challenging and the rewards increasingly more lucrative. If you die, any loot you earned so far will be lost. Deeper levels increase the difficulty of the fight in multiple ways, like increased boss attack rates, smaller time windows to react, environment changes in the arena, and extra damage effects. The rewards are still yet to be final, but we're expected to get some best in slot upgrades, mostly to magic like new capes, new amulets, and so on. Secondly, we get another boss, but this time it's much more AFK. It's called Gemstone Grab Boss, and it's a new way to train your combat while being AFK. It's a multi-zone combat, meaning you can now share your grab training method and don't get crashed anymore. In fact, it's recommended to do this with multiple players rather than alone, since the grab has a lot of hit points and taking it down alone is much harder. The grab can spawn in multiple locations throughout the rainforest and players can track it down. The 16 best players who deal the most amount of damage will be named MVPs and will receive some gems as a reward. If you're one of those AFK players, this is another great combat training method for you. Now, let's move on to a brand new fletching update. If you want to participate in this fletching activity, you need to visit the town of Auburnvale. This town has a massive forest that's inhibited by magical ents, and they are more than happy to help you out with your fletching training. These ents roam the forest, leaving offerings as they praise the land. You can join them and connect to nature while leveling your fletching skills. If you can impress the ents, you receive tons of fletching experience and other rewards. Firstly, you choose a location in the forest to start making your totems. Your rewards are based on your location and you have to scout around you to find what kind of totems you need to make. The higher tier logs you use, the longer your totems will stand and will attract more ents to give you rewards and experience. You can also make bows, crossbow stocks, shields, and much more and offer them to the ents. Over time, they will pass by your totem and grab those fletching items and in return offer you rewards. Also, there's no need for you to wait around your totems to gather rewards. It's almost like bird nest hunting, so you might as well go make some other totems while you wait for your rewards. You can then later come back and collect your offerings to receive experience and unique items. This is all based on your totem score, so make sure you put it in the right place in the right moment. There are unique rewards like bowstring spool that allows you to store 270 bowstrings in one inventory slot, so you can make 27 bows with one inventory. This increases your AFK time and bank reducing time. It's honestly perfect for those players who like to kick back and bank stand in true old school fashion. The second unique is a fletching knife. It has a 20% chance to reduce your fletching actions by 0.6 seconds, so on average 1 every 5 bows will be slightly faster, increasing your experience a little bit. And the final big reward is Whittling Blade. If you take the plants to a forester shop and turn it into an item, you have a chance to fletch your logs while you're woodcutting into arrow shafts. This process is automatic while you're woodcutting and it consumes 1 blade. So basically, it helps you make arrow shafts while you are woodcutting. Overall, it's going to be a great new way to train fletching and gain some unique rewards along the way. And the final Varlamore Part 3 topic is a new Slayer dungeon. Firstly, you are rewarded a new melee weapon with the quest completion. This is a new slash weapon that is roughly the same DPS as Dragon Scimitar. The good thing about this weapon is the special attack. Your next single attack will have 50% increased accuracy and a monumental 50% extra damage. In addition, a successful hit will apply a burn effect, and that deals extra 10 damage over 24 seconds. Since it has a 30% special attack energy, it can stack on top of each other, so you can spec 3 times and keep applying more and more burn. It's really good against monsters with high hit points and low defense. The new melee weapon will be untradeable and you can buy it again for 75,000 GP if you lose it. In the Slayer dungeon itself, after you complete the quest, you'll meet plenty of new creatures like the Custodian Stalker. And this is the perfect target for the new weapon as they have a lot of hit points but not a lot of defense. The Custodian Stalker also has a unique drop. It's a new defender that sits perfectly between Rune Defender and Dragon Defender. So if you don't want to go to Warrior's Guild, this is an alternative. The downside of this new offhand weapon is that you lose a lot of defensive stats. So this is a great weapon for situations where you take less less damage. There's also going to be a final Nagua creature in the varlamore expansion. We already have 2 Naguas and this will be the last one. It drops a new unique weapon, and like the other 2 Nagua weapons, this also hits twice and splits the damage across 2 hit splats. The difference is that it's a stab weapon compared to the previous 2, which are both slash weapons. And trust me, there are plenty of more stuff coming with Varlamore Part 3 and I'll be sure to cover all of it on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date and not miss out, make sure to subscribe so you'll see those videos when they come out. Next up we have another boss update. It's going to be called Yama and you can find the boss inside the Chasm of Fire. This is an end game boss and you need to take on the boss as a duo, so the only way to take it down is with 2 people. It's going to be a very difficult boss to deal with and it's expected to be somewhat on Inferno level at the later stages. The boss mechanics are being kept under wraps, but I expect to see tons of special attacks, powerful minions and much more. The unique mechanic for this boss is doing contracts. Yama will offer you more rewards if you can defeat the harder version of the boss. So it's almost like Desert Treasure 2 bosses where you have the normal version but also the awakened versions. And there are plenty of rewards. Let's start with the new Adrenaline Potion. You can sip this potion once every 5 minutes and it will restore 25% of your special attack. To make the potion you need 81 Herblore. You also need some Demonic Tallow, that's going to be a drop from Yama, and a Dorstol. The second drop is Abyssal Worms. These allow you to catch anglerfish much faster than with normal worms. And the biggest drop will be the Soul Armor. It's supposed to be similar to full Torva outfit. The difference is that you lose total of 7 melee strength bonus wearing this compared to Torva, but you will gain plus 38 slash accuracy over Torva. So a little bit less strength and a little bit more accuracy than Torva. DPS wise, however, it's going to be very similar. And finally, we'll have the Soul Flame Horn that is supposed to help your teammates in a battle. You can equip the Soul Flame Horn and if you use the special attack of this item, your closest allies within 2 tiles have the accuracy of their next melee attack increased by 100%. And if you use the special attack of this horn and apply it to your allies, it will also apply to yourself as well. So there is plenty of unique rewards to go around with this new endgame boss coming into the game this year. The Chasm of Fire itself will also get an overhaul. There's going to be a new mining activity inside the chasm and a brand new ore that you need to make the new soul armor itself. So it's going to be a balance between the players mining the new ore and players who want the boss to make the armor, aka both skilling and PVM will profit from this. Overall, I'm very excited for this boss. The Royal Titans were a big success in the duo boss category and I'm hyped to see where this one goes as well. Next up we have Sailing and it's very exciting to see the new update on this. The public alpha testing will be available this month to everyone, so make sure you try it out yourself and give your feedback. We also got a new peek at the first sailing quest, which is going to be called Pandemonium, and with the quest comes brand new island. After completing the quest you receive the captain's log. You can use this log to track port tasks and other details of life at sea. You'll also get your own boat at level 10 sailing and you'll be able to start upgrading it as you go along. There are going to be facility hotspots in your boat that you can build and it's very similar to construction. These upgrades go from new cannon spots to new anchors and cargo holds, even salvaging hook that you can let down into the sea bottom to gain more loot. There's also going to be a new world map with much more to explore and it will have different depths. So the more sailing levels you train, the higher level you get, the more places on the map you can explore. And Jack has also announced the first sailing minigame. This fast-paced active training method will see you push the limits of your navigation. The first one requires dirty sailing to start, and in simple terms you have to navigate through obstacles to gain sailing experience. It's kinda like Halo Sepulchre but for sailing. Completing the trials will give you rewards and there's even a ranking system set in place. If you want to be the best, you have to take down the best. There is much more going on with sailing. This was just brief overview, but make sure to check out the sailing alpha test yourself coming next week. Next up we have the finale of Vampire Questline. This Grandmaster Quest will give you access to a brand new location called Vampirium, and it will likely be one of the hardest quests we've ever seen. It's going to be called Blood Moon Rises and you're going to fight Drakan, and his purpose is to make sure vampires start ruling over the world again. The entire questline will decide the fate of Mauritania, and it will have exciting storytelling, complex puzzles, and some of the most challenging quest combat encounters we've ever seen. It's going to be released at the end of the year, so there rewards are still yet to be announced, but make sure to be on the lookout for that. We are likely expected to have new ways to get things like blood shards and much more. The requirements for this quest will be around 75 skill stats and 110 plus combat. And the final thing I want to talk about is the updates to mobile. This year we're expected to start getting same plugins as we have on RuneLite to your mobile phone. The goal for Jagex is to launch their own plugin ecosystem that's compatible with every single device no matter what. So it doesn't matter if you're a player on PC, mobile, Steam Deck or any other device, they will all have the same experience. We're also likely going to see upgraded graphics and a new engine to rework that'll help with the performance, so no more lag spikes, the same experience for everyone and just a smooth gameplay. And that's it. There are a few other updates, but those are worth an entire video on their own. For example, tomorrow I'll be making a video on Project Sanaris, so keep a lookout for that and make sure to watch that as well. Keep in mind everything I mentioned in this video will be bold right now, so log in and go cast your vote to see if you want to see these new updates in the game. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!